Are you wondering where to live in Dallas, Texas? Well, you've landed on the right channel, Where to Live in Dallas, Texas. And today we are taking you to one of the suburbs of Dallas. We're north of Dallas, a little ways in Prosper, Texas, at the community called Star Trail. And the Star and Star Trail is nod to the Dallas Cowboys. You know, we have the Star Center in Frisco, just a little ways down the tollway. This is a community developed by Jerry Jones, and it started like in 2010, so it's been around a while. And this is for my luxury buyers that want a neighborhood that is, you know, pretty much built out and you can really see what you're gonna get. And that's definitely what this neighborhood is. This community, when it's fully built out, will be 1,800 homes. We're just in the last maybe 50 homes of getting this whole community built out. And it's 900 acres. 53 of those acres have been set aside for parks and trails. It has over 8 miles of trails that you can walk in the neighborhood, which is fantastic. I can tell you, just driving through the neighborhood, you know, I have a lot of streets are kind of laid out on a grid usually, and this neighborhood is more, the streets wind somewhat and they curve, and you know, that gives a more interesting feel and curb appeal, in my opinion. I think that makes for a very nice aesthetic, that things aren't just in a, you know, just like quite so much like a little row of soldiers kind of houses, but they're, since it's on more curving streets, they're a little more variation visually and how the houses relate to each other. This neighborhood, a lot of times, you know, people looking at this might be also looking Windsong Ranch, Light Farms, maybe Mosaic, but it does have a different feel. Like, it doesn't have the big lagoon like Windsong Ranch does, but a lot of what the amenity is just very nice, luxurious homes. And I think that there is already a feel of like the trees are getting established. It's been here for a little bit, but it's very classic. This neighborhood will stand the test of time. It almost feels like a gated neighborhood, even though it's not. There is a 5-acre amenity center that you'll see when you come in. Beautiful building, 3 resort-style pools, playground areas for the kids, some tennis and pickleball courts. It's got event lawn. Even the amenity center, you can, you know, that's got a big outdoor TV area. Really cool. One of the really cool things about this neighborhood is, you know, like if you're moving here from another place in Texas and you like to have those extra garages, some of these homes have opportunities to put in a 3rd or a 4th garage. That you don't find in every neighborhood, and I think that's a great bonus, that you could have that extra garage space if that's something you're used to and you're looking for. Now, to get into this neighborhood, you're gonna have to pay at least $700,000, but more likely we're looking at $900,000 to $1 million to find a house here. Maybe even 1.5 or so to get in. Homes are about 3,200 to 4,500 square feet. There's some new construction. There's also even some that are resale, because like I said, it's been here since 2010. I want you to keep watching, because I'm about to take you through a model that I think is one of my favorite floor plans personally, especially for those of you that love a 1-story. You really are not gonna wanna miss this floor plan because it is lovely. Now, before I get into that, I wanna tell you a little bit of drive times to get to from Star Trail to the Star in Frisco. It's gonna be about 15-20 minutes. Legacy West is about 20-25 minutes. That's in Plano. Downtown Dallas is about 40 to 45 minutes. And DFW Airport is 35 to 45 minutes. And you're kind of right smack dab in the middle of between Denton and McKinney, maybe a little more on the McKinney side. And those are also really fun downtowns to go to. We're also close to Gates of Prosper, where really you can do all your shopping. You know, when this started in 2010, it wasn't like that. You can do all your shopping here, no problem. PGA Frisco is 10 to 15 minutes. Fields is 15 to 20 minutes, and Fields is really going to be well known. So, and you know, some of you might be kind of comparing Fields to Star Trail as well. You might not need all the amenities of, you know, what Fields is gonna offer, and want to be here. It's very quiet neighborhood. And you're in Prosper ISD. That's something that, you know, look up Prosper ISD. It's like one of the top schools, not just in Texas, but in the nation, school districts. I feel like this is a very upscale, proven neighborhood that you really cannot go wrong with. And to let you know some of the builders in here, there's Highland Homes. They probably have the most left. Love Highland Homes. So you've got Highland Homes, American Legend Homes, Britton Homes, Toll Brothers, and Coventry Homes. And the house we're about to walk through, the one story, is a Coventry home, and it's 3,600 square feet. The base model of this one is about $1.1 million. Well, this model has the office where the garage would be, that it's got a 2-car garage and then a separate 1-car garage that could be a 2-car garage if you wanted to go up to that size garage. So without further ado, let me take you for a walk through this house. I think you're going to love it. I'm starting backwards. I'm starting on the patio. This has a beautiful covered patio with a vaulted ceiling and a fan and a fireplace. Yes, it does get cold in Texas, but I gotta tell you, if you have a covered patio like this in Texas, you are gonna extend the use of your home throughout the year by so much. And you're gonna be able to come out here and eat. If you've got kids, I found that eating outside with them was so, you know, calming and relaxing for them. Such a positive. You know, a covered patio like this really gives an extra living space, not only in terms of enjoyment, but it just looks beautiful because you see it out through the house. And these are some doors that open to the patio space when you're having a beautiful day and you just want to have the whole thing open. Okay, so we're coming in from the patio, and one of my favorite things about this floor plan, because I've said me personally, I've always wanted this my whole life, is a fireplace that opens to the eating area into a living area, and this one has it. Here's the little dining area for the kitchen, and right on the other side of that, we have the other side of the fireplace with a little ledge to sit on. Gosh, this could be so many things. This could be a media room. This could be another little den. This could be just where you have your TV. You could line the walls with bookcases and have another study here. That's probably what I would do, because I love books, and put a little area in here that had like 4 swivel chairs and a round table in the middle, and a really cozy place to come sit before or after dinner. This is a great family home, but also a great entertaining home, and you'll see why. Kitchen, they've got KitchenAid appliances in this Coventry home. And look at the kitchen, it opens to the living room with the cathedral ceiling. It's gorgeous, and a fireplace that is very much in the center stage here. This space would be very easy to lay out with a rug in the middle and your furniture. Lots of room to walk around. Look at this kitchen. It's got details that I personally love. Like the countertop here, they've finished it off like this and then rounded it. And again, like I was talking about the streets that curve a little bit, to me, a home that has some curves, and you know, in design, if everything is, you've got rectilinear and curvilinear, and if everything is straight, and I know some people like that, and that is a look where everything's straight lined everywhere, but I like some curves, and Star Trail has some curves. This kitchen has some curves. This curve, you know, little curve right there. Really good use of the cabinets. They even put cabinets right here on the end. They did floor to ceiling all the way up, which I love. You can always get your step stool, put your lightweight things up there. And you know, maybe could have added a pot filler. Seems like this level of house might have had a pot filler, but you've got the 6-burner gas stove. You have the drawers under the cooktop for your pots and pans, which works so much better than a cabinet and having to get on the floor to get out your pots and pans. You have the double oven here. They've put in a farm sink, and of course they've put the pull-out trash in the right spot right here next to the sink. They did that right. They also did I like to call this little coffee bar area off to the side, so that, you know, you're cooking, you're doing things, people can come make their own drinks, and you can really make a fun little specialty drink zone there. The pantry is nice and big. Walk-in pantry, lots of shelves, can close the door. I mean, you know, pantry like this, you can get your cases of water from Costco down there and the dog food and, you know, everything fits because some of that stuff is really big. Then you go from the kitchen towards the dining room, but there's a butler pantry right here, which is fabulous. Fabulous storage. Have a butler pantry. I don't know, maybe you want to put your nicer dishes here or your serving pieces here that you can pull out. Here is the dining room through the butler pantry. We're gonna come back around that way, but when you walk in the house, like right across from me is their offices right now, but that's gonna be the garage. So you're gonna come in the house and have this great mud area and a little art niche here. And I noticed like when you're at the front door, you kind of can see that art niche. Now come in, have the art niche, have a little place for your mud room, take off your dirty shoes, have your hats, your umbrellas, all that kind of thing. And here is the laundry room. They have left space in this laundry room for a couple important things. One is a fridge. Personally, I love to have a fridge and I put cold water bottles in there and grab them on the way out the door. So I always have water when I'm in the car. And this is a nice little folding area. You've got a little bit of a rack up here to hang some of your clothes. They've done this really nice. I thought at first this was gonna be one of these fold down ironing boards, but it's not. It's like water valves. So I don't know exactly where you might put your ironing board. If you're like me, I try to avoid ironing. That is my main goal, but I try to not do any more of that than I have to. But for those of you that like to iron your bed sheets and pillowcases, I don't know, you might need to figure out where to put an ironing board in there. This is the dining room. Here's the front where you come in. So you've got your dining room immediately to this side. I think the one thing I might have done different, and maybe I wouldn't have, is the office is on the other side of this wall and they've done this little detail here, but I might have had the office open this direction. But let me show you, literally, I'm gonna turn around and show you what you see when you walk in. So you see straight to the living room in the backyard, and that is just beautiful because you get the inside and the outside. You're seeing some nature as you walk in. That's just so hard to beat. Then we've got a nice little guest bathroom right here. These floors are actually like the engineered hardwood floors, but that might not, I don't think they have this flooring available anymore, just so you know. So you've got a nice sized guest bathroom right there. You can see behind me the beautiful living room and kitchen. This is the great room right here. And I mean, you can already tell, like just from what I've shown you, you've got this great entertainment flow because you have the dining room and the living room, that eating area over there, and you could have a lot of people in here flowing through the house and to the outside. It's really good for entertaining or large families. Here's the office, and one advantage to the doors being on this side is you've got, if you're working in the office, you can see both outside to the back and to the front door. And you know, windows and just those breaks of looking away from the computer and looking at something far away and taking that in really makes the workday go better if you really are working from home all day. You come down this hall right off the office and we have a bedroom. This is Cowboys, remember Star Trail? Gotta love the Cowboys. Here's a boys' room. This room is decorated out as a boys' room, and it's got a Jack and Jill. Right around the corner here is the closet. Nice little walk-in closet. And the bathroom, let's see, it's a little hard to see the filming like this, but you've got the shower tub combo here, and over here is the toilet, and they've got like a, you open that and that's the dirty clothes hamper and a place for the towels. So this is a great setup for kids, a Jack and Jill. This is a true Jack and Jill. Now the other child has the sink there and a closet right here. And here is the other one's bedroom. This one is set up with some soft teal blues and pinks, and they've done some board work as a detail there. Very nice little bedroom. And down this hall is where they have located another mud room, a closet, like a coat closet here. And this goes to another, this is a 1-car garage right here, which you could make it a 2-car garage. But you've got this second separate garage for I don't know, maybe you collect cars, whatever you do. You could make it a workshop or a place for your golf cart or whatever it is you want. Okay, so we've done the office, the entry, the dining room, the kitchen, my favorite spot over there, which is the fireplace that goes to both spaces. It's so beautiful. We go back here to the master. Now I think I would do this. There's a little art niche here. If you love books, I think this is another place you could put a bookcase, which would be fabulous. You could also do bookcases in the front study. This bedroom has this little pop-out area. The window's curved. You could put a couple chairs there. You could put a sofa there, just something very comfortable. There's so many places in this house to sit and talk and slow down. Very pretty. Here's the bathroom. This shower and tub are fantastic. You got the tub in the front, the soaking tub, and the shower has a rain shower on the top and then a faucet on the wall. Pretty white tiles, very classic. The floor is laid on a herringbone, and you've got his and hers, tall sinks and countertops. That's hers, that's just his, or vice versa. Some nice, small, darker tiles contrasting on the floor. And here is your throne room. The light's not on, but there it is. Little privacy in there, and you've got a nice big walk-in closet. They've sort of staged it like you probably would use it. Like he's got a section here with 2 rows of hanging. I've noticed in some new construction, you get 1 hanging row that's a little bit lower. And I don't know why they do that, because 2, you can fit 2 in a lot of closets. Some shelves, open shelves, and then some more hanging space over here. Nice big walk-in closet. I do want to show you, there's 1 more bedroom. We've seen in this 3,600 square foot house, again, it's by Coventry. We've seen the master or the primary, the 2 rooms over there, like the kids' room. And then I would say the one over here is the guest room. So it's like, it's over here separate. And you know, more and more people, you know, we're taking care of aging parents. Here's a bedroom with a walk-in closet, nice and quiet, and you know, kind of by the kitchen, but away from everybody, all the other bedrooms. And I do believe you could put, if you needed to, a door right here and leave this open so you could have a little bit wider opening. And I don't know, maybe you could make that just a walk-in shower. That's probably what I would do to make it accessible for somebody that might have any kind of mobility issues. But it's just a beautiful home. I mean, there's just not much I would not love. I mean, I love this house. Me personally, I love this house. And I know some of you Texas people are thinking, oh, I want to move by the kids, you know, near Prosper, but I don't want a 2-story house. And something like this might be just perfect for you. You know, give me a call, because if you are coming to Dallas and you're wanting to find out the perfect spot for yourself, I'm the boots on the ground. I'm doing this every day. This is what I'm thinking about and looking about. And I always have my clients in the back of my mind when I see something and I'm looking for you. And, you know, I don't want you to make costly mistakes or, you know, be unhappy in wherever you choose. So remember, don't delay, call Janée. And all of my information for my team is at the top of the chat and it's in the description. We would love to hear from you and book a Zoom call. That's my favorite, is to book a Zoom call, but you can also text or call the number. You know, we'll make some time to work with you, like to get things on the calendar, like to plan ahead a little bit so that we make good use of your time when you do come to Dallas, and that we are respectful of that time and energy. Also, you know, I have a history of being in new construction development, so I have some things I kind of look for. And sometimes we can, you know, we've got relationships with these builders and can get you something a little bit better than you might get on your own. So do call us, do call me. Don't delay, call Janée. I'd love to help you make a successful Texas transition. have another home for you here in Starwood that I don't want you to miss. It's a Highland home. We're right across from the main clubhouse. Don't know if you can see it through there. You can see the main clubhouse right there. And this is a Highland home. And this particular floor plan is currently, always look at the time that I'm recording this video, is 1.2 to 1.8, depending on lot, finish out, all that kind of thing. And prices change all the time, but we're in Star Trail, very luxurious, about 5,100 square feet, but you're gonna love this model. It is so pretty. Hey, by the way, do me a favor so I can keep making these videos, and subscribe and like my videos. That helps me a lot. And when you're ready to figure out where you personally want to live in Dallas, Texas, whether it's a week, a month, or a year, remember, don't delay, call Janée. My team and I are here to help you. You can book a Zoom, email, text, call, all that's in the description below, and or pinned to the top of the chat, and it's in the description. So we are happy to help you. Well, let's go into this Highland home. And it's just like, this is different. This does not feel cookie cutter. Let me just say that. I'm gonna flip this around. You walk in and you can see this little foyer. Then there's gonna be another room and another room, and then outside, and you get a kind of a glimpse of all of it. And it's beautiful. And it almost feels to me like I'm walking into a, like an older home from the 1900s. It's just really big and has all these different entertaining rooms. And it's brand new, but it has sort of that feel, if you know what I'm talking about. Right here to the side is an elegant office, so you can meet your guests, sit in the office if you got office things to do, or hey, maybe you're a YouTuber and you need a pretty office. I don't know, but that's a beautiful office to work out. And I do love it when they put the office at the front where you can see out the windows to the street, kind of see somebody pull up or what's going on. Just refocus your eyes every now and then. And then they did this fun, funky thing. Look at this big, like, bright colored desk with the gold chair right here. Like, here's your little place to do your mail or something like that. It's just its own little vignette workspace here. And then they've done gorgeous stairs. Do you see this floor with the wood and the tile mixed? You don't always see that, but it's on a diagonal, very elegant. The stairs wrap around with the mix of the wood and the iron staircase, and a little alcove here where they put some pretty flowers and another pop of color. The artwork is great. It's just perfect in here. Nice, nice colors. This is not your dark, depressing cave house. This is very cheerful. Highland always, to me, builds a cheerful home, especially the models. Here we have a cozy media room. You can close the doors. It's got carpet and L sofas, what they finished it out with, and they've just done a great job. Lots of pops of color and very private and cozy. Come in here and have your movie night. And then also off the front is, I would say this is probably your guest room. Look at this, it's beautiful. Tall ceilings, looks like a queen bed, might be full, it looks like a queen. And you know, some space between the bed and the dressers and a room for a little chair. It doesn't feel tight in here. Again, I like look at the colorful rose paintings. Artwork in here is beautiful. Top-notch design work. Here is our bathroom. It's got, for the guests, it's got a walk-in shower. I like how Highland tends to do these stacks. They do these stacks of drawers, and then the sink sometimes is offset, and you have to do that so you can have the drawers, right? But then you kind of end up with nice little, you've got room for like a tray or something over here, and it functions nicely by having the drawers and then the cabinet underneath and the sink onto the side. Kudos to Highland for doing that and not just having the cabinets. Here we've got beautiful tile and walk-in shower and little hanging space. Closet. What do we have here? Oh, we've got a linen closet in the guest bathroom. I like it. Very nice, fun, fresh floral colors. And here's the little guest bathroom. Now this is fun. They've done a nice stone, like a solid quartz kind of sink with a little shelf under that. I'm not sure why they didn't do a cabinet, but it's a little open shelf. So something, I would say this is a little step up from, this is a very tiny bathroom. And that is a step up from your standard pedestal bath or pedestal sink, but they've made it very architectural and structural. Very pretty. Tall mirror, tall ceilings, very pretty. So some flashes of gold in there, those paintings. I'm already like so overstimulated and excited in here. Like it's so pretty. It's so, now here's what's cool. You're walking through the foyer. They have these doors here, the big barn doors, but with like a glass to them. So this might be closed. And then you come in here and you come into the dining room. I love this. And it's a big dining room. It's got this huge built-in area with some wine collection, some dishes that are showcased, places to sit, and a dedicated dining room. You've got room for a tea cart and some side pieces in here. So this is a fabulous dining room. They've hand painted the walls. Maybe this is what's making me think of, you know, the very older Victorian homes, because wallpaper used to be hand painted or hand pulled, serigraphed, and big, bold things. And it was, you know, this is sort of something in between wallpaper and just painting the walls. It's been hand painted, hand stenciled. I'm sure this is stenciled. But what a great dramatic effect in here in this dining room. It's cheerful, it's bright, it's beautiful. And there's even a menu on here. We're having a caviar puff pastry, petite filet and lobster in sage butter sauce, lemon sage that's roasted. I think that might be, lemon sage roasted root vegetables, poached pears with coconut cream. That sounds like a very healthy dinner. Very, very beautiful space. I love how they decorate with books everywhere. So now here we are in the great room, and can you see the ceiling? It's beautiful, tall, love this. Fireplace, built-ins on either side, and behind me at the kitchen. Look at this. The island is rounded, and you can tuck in your couple bar stools right here. Very intentional, and so much storage in here. You've got a coffee nook over here. I like to have a coffee nook, and there's one right here. See, there's a little coffee nook here on the side of the stove and the fireplace. This must be good. This is going to the garage, currently the offices. It's got a little mud room there. You like that? I like that because when you're unloading groceries, you know, you want the garage to be right there. This great room is just beautiful. Tall, cheerful, spacious. The countertops are on and on. It's got a farm sink. Some of these finish outs will be different if you pick out something. I don't know when this model will be for sale, but it has a lot of drawers. We've got a 6-top gas burner, and I'm wondering if it's got oh, it does. Can you see this? Y'all see that? I pulled that out. It's a spice rack. That's so great to have, you know, some of your spices right there at the stove where you use them, right? Now, look, I don't even have to step outside to completely enjoy this outside area, but I am going to, because I do want you to see it. Now that door slides, but the other one, oh, look at this. Wait, before we go outside, here is our dine-in area, and they've tucked a little desk in here in the eating area. That's nice, because it's kind of out of the kitchen and the mess and the food. You have a little place to put your laptop, plan out your meals, pay your household bills, whatever it is you need that little space for. And here, that's really cute how they've done the table. They've got a farm table with a little sofa on the other side, and then the 4 chairs. Very cozy. I think these are little spring pussy willows bloomed out on the table. Really gorgeous. Let's go outside, see what this is. Oh wow. Outside, you've got the fireplace, the TV. We have the screens that will come down, one here, one there. Very well planned. You could definitely spend, you know, if you work from home, you could come out here with your laptop and do some work. And got pristine yard. All the yards in this neighborhood look very pristine. And a cute little covered area there, focal point that they've added. I don't know, what do you think? Put your comments below. What do you think? Have you been to Star Trail? Do you like this area? How do you think this compares to Windsong Ranch or to Mosaic? I think they're really apples and oranges. And this is, to me, with the winding roads and the curve, that it just feels a little bit more luxurious. And it might be just what you want. Oh, and they've got some bar stools here on this side. Look at the detail around the cabinets they put in to make those bar stools so pretty. So pretty. And we come back here to the master. And it is gorgeous. I love all the blues in here. I'm a blue and pink person, so this is speaking to me. There's just a lot of cheerfulness in it. You know, some of the best colors I think to decorate with are those colors in nature. And look, the happiest days are blue skies and green grass and pretty flowers. And this house feels to me like just a happy spring day because it's, look at the blue skies and a little bit of green grass. It's like right there, there's painting, green grass, blue skies. There's some green. They've really put these colors together. And look, there's a little seating area. I love that. It makes the bedroom feel like really your private getaway. I know mostly you're just gonna sleep in your bedroom, but you know, sometimes it's nice to just sit and catch your breath, have your morning coffee, or wind down in the evening in a really private space like this. It's very nice. Or just to have the sofa to, as you're getting dressed, to kind of pull your outfit together. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, so bathroom. Okay, it's got money space. You've got for the ladies, we have our sink. We have lots of drawers. We've got a knee space. There's the throne room. Close the door. How to close the door on that? That's so nice. But it's not, you know, not too big, just enough space to have a throne room. This is cool. All right, you see, here's the guy's side. And then here we go to the laundry room. It tucks through. I love that when they do that in the master because you can do your laundry here. Okay, and they made it cheerful. Blue skies again. Here's the sink area. Got room to fold your laundry and bring it right back into the master area. Here's your shower. Beautiful. They've got little tiny tiles on the bottom, big rectangular tiles up here. I love that do you see the gold sparkle in the tile? Can you see that? It's like, it's not grout. It's little gold tiles in between. It's kind of that beehive. I call that a beehive shape. They've even got it on the floor here. You see it? Almost like framed out, like it's little rug area. Beautiful. This is a great area to get ready. Let's see what this is. Nice linen closet right across from the shower and the tub. And here we go into our master closet. This is beautiful. You've got, you know, it's kind of divided. I mean, by the time you hang clothes in that section, it's really gonna look like this is one side and that's the other side. So you've got some drawers to work with, lots of cubbies. I know like these really, really high clothing rods, those are great. You get a tool that will reach up there and you can, you know, switch things out and just put the stuff that you don't wear all that often up there, but you can still see it. So that's a really great use of space when you have a tall ceiling to do that last row. You can kind of see the little view there to the bedroom from the bathroom. It's just beautiful. Done a great job. What do you think? Do you like these colors? Would you put these colors or do you like, okay, I never got into the gray thing. I think gray on gray is kind of like brown on brown in the 70s. It just, everything matched. So I'm not that person, but I know some people like the gray because because gray. But I found even a cool gray or warm gray, either one is just not my personal favorite. I like a lot of white, I like crisp, and I like color. So, but what do you like? Because if you like color, this might be for you. Oh, okay, now we gotta go upstairs. You know, this one doesn't have that walk-through butler pantry to the dining room, but it's got this area. And with the way this is laid out, you know, when you have guests come, maybe unexpectedly or whatever, they're just gonna kind of see this space, and this kind of space you can just keep clean all the time. They're not gonna like walk in and look straight into your laundry room or straight into your kitchen. And I personally like that. I don't like to walk in and everybody can see my kitchen and there's dishes out. Can you see that beautiful view down there? Very nice. Okay, oh yeah. Here we go. We've come upstairs and we have a game room with pool table right here and enough room for a seating area. And they put a kitchen up here, like little sink and little fridge, little microwave. That is great. Your kids are having friends over, they can just hang out up here. And this is the little door that'll close, make it a little quieter, but we can see down to the great room. You see? Little inside Juliet balcony. Let's keep going. And here, nice bathroom. They've done a herringbone tile all over the floor. There's a little half bath, like just a pedestal sink, herringbone tile all over the floor, all the way up. And got a couple steps down here. Boy, these kids get a private bedroom area. Beautiful, again, the blues, the greens. Nice bedroom, nice big space for kids. I think kids need a little space to do more than just sleep in their room. Sometimes they have hobbies or they want to read. You've got and I didn't point out there's a closet over there in the corner. And what a great shower. Wow, that's a pretty tile too. Look at this, it's on a herringbone with this little light blue-gray mosaic in between. That probably is a little bit of a gray, a cool gray, but with the blue paint in here, it really reads as blue. It's got its own little throne room here and a double sink. We've got all the gold pulls and really nice. Not just a tub shower, but they put in a really nicely tiled shower in that bathroom. And this may be, oh, that's a closet. You got a closet there for all your game stuff and another bedroom. This one is carpeted fully. It's got a window seat. That's fun. And look, they've put drawers under that window seat. That's such a great use of the space rather than just box it out. So you can put a little throw blanket in there and a little bathroom. Nice big tiles. They've got the 10 by 20 tiles. Again, they stack the drawers. I don't know if you can see it. They do a little stack of drawers and then put the sink kind of on the side, and it functions really nicely to have that. So back up. I think there was one more room up here. This is gonna be a total of 5 bedrooms. Very cool. Look at this 3-dimensional paper artwork in here. I always notice all the art. It's like folded paper you can kind of see on the side and in a clear acrylic box. That's very fun. We've got some prints up here. Look at the arch of the front area, okay? Now we're coming into one more bedroom. It's also carpeted this, and it's three shades of pink. Sort of a cotton candy salmon pink. That's really pretty. Very pretty. Look, there's enough room in this bedroom. They've got a desk in this area, and there's still room for, if this is a child's room, to actually, the kids can actually play on the floor like they do. So I don't know. You know, when my oldest was little, if I ever said you have to go to your room, it was never a punishment because she'd just go in there and have a ball. I'd come in and she would have cut up paper and built a whole little paper city. So that didn't work in my house. I don't know if it would work here either. If you said, hey kids, you gotta go to your room, they'd be like, yeah, let's go. Beautiful tile. That's such a pretty blue color. And then you've got the walk-in closet here through the bathroom. And if you notice, they've put like curtains and a more substantial rod in here to sort of elevate the look. It's not quite so low where they put the shower curtains. So very pretty, very pretty. You know, I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what your budget is. but this is definitely a neighborhood that is almost sold out. And if you are looking for luxury, this might be the place for you. Okay, I'm gonna flip this camera around and do some more video.